I've never been to a technology conference like this before. And what I'm really impressed with here is the huge spread, the diversity of interests that are being portrayed and talked about.
Thinking Digital is terrific because it's not just a conference. It's a meeting of like minds. It's a happening. It's a collision of all different approaches and different ways of viewing the world.
It manages to bring an element of creativity that many of the conferences miss. I think when you can pull it off, and Thinking Digital has, you can bring together particle physics with music, with art, and then mix in the online and social media as well, which people would expect.
I'd say the variety of people that we brought from different industries, as well as also different geographies. So it's wonderful to see this spread not just within the UK, but well outside our borders.
I think what draws people here is the people. The ability to hear from and speak to so many people who just blow your mind.
The big thing that makes it different from other events is that idea that everybody hangs out for a few days.
The amount of times I saw people looking to each other, people they've never met, and making a comment or asking a question, the amount of business cards and Twitter handles that were exchanged, I think that's where the value really comes from.
Whatever might come out of a conversation here, seeing a presentation, getting an idea, who knows where that's going to lead? It's like pure research. Who knows where it's going to spark off something in the end that could be of immense economic benefit, immense social benefit.
It's the quality of the speakers that they managed to get here. It is literally the propeller heads from all these fantastic companies. So they may not be quite on the company message, but they're telling you what companies like Google and Microsoft and Virgin are actually out there doing.
I went to the gadgets workshop, and that was really exciting because it was quite hands-on. The presenters showed a lot of the products which they were actually hacking themselves. And so for me, it was a great chance to get some actual physical insight into the creation.
Just been to the one talks so far. Interesting, it was about social media. There's some interesting things that were said, the future of social media and how actually it's not really that social, but we think it is, and how can we make it more social in the future.
I really liked Mike Southern's presentation.
He gave a speech about entrepreneurship, and he made a good analogy with the Beatles.
Today I've been doing my main keynote, which is a thing called Something About the Beatles, which uses the Beatles as a metaphor for entrepreneurship. And I played lots of Beatles tunes, played a bit of air guitar at the end, it was great.
And here is the best song ever written about entrepreneurship. Keep it simple, simple concept, listen to the words. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Entrepreneurship is a game with very simple rules. Every successful entrepreneur like Harry will say, of course we all screw up, but when we're a success, it's because we did simple things well.
Dan Lyons was just a very fresh, outstanding presenter and speaker, and really livened up the afternoon session yesterday.
This kid from China said, "You're fake Steve." He said, "Why are you at Microsoft? I thought you hated Microsoft." And I was like, no, first of all, don't. And Apple will never let me on campus. They have like guards with guns, No, that's the opposite of the dichotomy of it's exactly like this. Microsoft's image is of the evil Borg, the big bad, you will be assimilated, resistance is futile, we'll copy your stuff and sell it for less, right? But the problems that they're trying to solve at Microsoft are so much bigger than what Apple is trying to solve, right? I mean, incredible stuff. That's trying to solve really huge, big global problems. Okay, Apple is trying to iterate the iPod Nano, and the iPhone, and maybe they'll do a tablet.
That was very, visually stimulating, and often, trying to present quite difficult or esoteric subject matter in a very short space of time. So I thought that was really, very good.
We picked United Kingdom there, having a long life and just 2 kids per woman, and then we take Catholic Brazil down there, like a developing country, and we can take away all the others. And we can compare where is Brazil today compared to United Kingdom.
I really enjoyed Johnny and his high-tech interfaces stuff. It was really nice to see a lot of the really mind-blowing stuff that's going on in labs that you don't normally get to take a look at.
There's optical markers on the laptop, and the system can recognize the physical location of multiple laptops sitting on the table. And when you move the laptop, the system registers, and this allows him to do something very simple, which is drag something off his laptop screen onto the table, or take something off the table and drag it onto the computer, or drag a selection box around a physical object, automatically get a digital representation of that, and then drag that onto his computer.
The core message of my talk was that in order to have innovation in the world, we need to blend science and art, meaning the how and the why of things, and wrap it in a good economic model. And blending those correctly gives you traction in the world. Pleo is a one-to-one scale baby Camarasaurus. His main thing is just he has like 40 sensors all over his body. He writes his own code. He has a life cycle. He learns to walk. He's just alive in every way we could make him. And I'm just going to leave him up here. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. He's got 40 sensors all over his body. But the main thing is you're supposed to love him, and you're supposed to feel empathy for this little creature.
I really enjoyed this morning's speaker when he was talking about pirating and taking the pirates on at their own game.
But piracy is a problem, and we do need strong intellectual property laws. Nobody should have to accept having their work taken without permission, but we also shouldn't have to accept businesses demanding that their business plan works when it clearly doesn't. If suing your fans becomes a core component of your business model, you no longer have a business model, unless you're a lawyer. But pirates don't just create problems, and what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that pirates also create solutions. And pirates are in fact some of the greatest innovators on the face of the earth, and have been for a very long time.
The core message of my talk today is that Woofy is the currency of online communities. And I would even stretch that further to say that Woofy, which is kind of a fun word for social capital, is the currency that underpins a lot of what we do. So it goes alongside financial currency.
People don't want to be treated like a number. They want to be treated like special snowflakes, as individuals, as human beings. Which is why we trust our friends, why we sit down with our friends and get our recommendations, why we go to the people that we know aren't just trying to get something out of us, the people we're connected to, the people we trust.
What if you're lost? You can look and you will find me, time after time. But if you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting, time after time.
This year we incorporated 3 musicians as well to help create an environment where creativity and new thinking and new connections would be encouraged.
I've had a great time. I would describe, to my friends, and I will describe to my friends how much fun I have. In fact, I've been blogging about it and Twittering about it on my feeds about just how great this conference is and like the coolest stuff that I've seen.
When I go back to London, I'll be telling people I had the best time in the Northeast. I mean, the quality of the speakers, the fun we have, the great dinners and the networking, but just generally invigorated. It's great to meet people that are doing cool stuff, doing new stuff, and it rubs off, definitely.
I go to quite a few conferences, and this has been quite refreshingly different.
I think it's tough to sum up the experience Thinking Digital. Unless you've actually been here, it's difficult to express how cool it's been, really.
But where else in the world would I be able to find this room full of people with these things to say, apart from at Thinking Digital?
What will I say about Thinking Digital back home? I'll say that I'm coming back. This was a lot of fun, and I really want to come back to Newcastle. It's a really good town.